எல்லாருக்கும் என்னுடைய வணக்கம். இன்னைக்கு காரைக்குடி ரெஸ்டாரண்ட்ல டச்சஸ் கிளப்ல ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம்ல செட்டிநாடை பற்றின ஒரு ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் பண்ண போகிறோம். செட்டிநாடு பாரம்பரியத்தை பற்றி பேச போகிறோம். வெறும் பேச போகிறது கிடையாது, அதை நடிச்சு காமிக்க போகிறோம். செட்டிநாடு வீடுகளை பற்றி, செட்டிநாடு சாப்பாடை பற்றி, செட்டிநாடுடைய கோயில்களை பற்றி ரொம்ப என்ஜாய் பண்ணி பார்ப்பீங்க அப்படின்னு நம்பிக்கை எனக்கு. தேங்க்யூ.
Celebration in a Chettinad home is the wedding, precisely. It's a very, very grand cultural event, I can say. It brings together family, it brings the community together and brings the tradition together. So instead of showing the typical marriage scene where the bridegroom ties the Mangal Sutra around the bride, we chose to present to you a ritual which is very unique to the Nagarattar community. It's called the Mamiyar Sadangu. Mamiyar is mother. So Mamiyar Sadangu. So this is the portion where the wedding happens in the Vadavu. This is where the Sadangu also happens. So you're going to witness the Sadangu. But before that, I just want to give you a small brief about it. In this Sadangu, the mother-in-law, she bestows upon the daughter-in-law 3 rights and responsibilities which were bestowed upon her when she got married into the family. Okay? So how we are going to enact this is, we'll perform the Sadangu, and what I am saying is actually what the mother-in-law is symbolically saying. Okay? So you relate to it like that. So I'm going to talk like the mother-in-law now. Okay. Here, I am all set to transfer to you 3 fundamental rights and responsibilities bestowed upon me when I was married into this family. I first invoke the blessings of Lord Ganesha, Pillayar as we affectionately call him, and apply each of these 7 ingredients on this plate on you, blessing you with abundance of what each of these ingredients symbolize. First, Vibhuti, the sacred ash that symbolizes our connection with the divine. Next is the betel leaf and nut that symbolizes freshness and positive beginnings. Next is salt. It symbolizes prosperity. Next is rice. It symbolizes fertility. Next is tamarind. It symbolizes faithfulness and forbearance. Next is turmeric. It symbolizes married happiness. And cotton wool, it symbolizes purity. I hold in my hands this sacred lamp, sacred because lighting it ignites fire, and fire is the driving force of life. Sun, which is the driving force of life in this planet, is nothing but fire. I transfer to you the right and responsibility of lighting the sacred lamp. And by lighting it every day, may you invoke that quality of fire in yourself. And may you be the fire, the driving force in this family. I hold in my hands this measure of paddy and a brinjal that constitute our staple food. Food nourishes our body, it nourishes our soul. Food is the source of our existence. I transfer the right and responsibility of providing food and sustenance to every member of this house. And may you provide food not only to every member of the family, but to every guest who visits the family. And may you not just provide the food, but provide it with generosity, warmth, and reverence. I hold in my hands this pestle which symbolizes a child. I transfer to you the privilege and responsibility of bearing the offspring of this house. I transfer to you the privilege and responsibility of continuing the family's valuable legacy and lineage. I transfer to you the privilege and responsibility of making the next generation of humanity a possibility. She asks her to tuck in the vettala. She is wearing the kaduthu. So when we come to the section on jewelry and clothing, I will explain about that. So yes, she will also walk down, so you can have a close look.
Beautiful scene at the beginning.
That is a myth, you should understand. It is very, very subtle. What is very unique about Chettinad food is the blending of the various spices. That is the specialty. It is not chili hot. Okay? Fine. Now, the best of Chettinad food, where can you get? Any Archie or any Chettiar will tell you that you will get it in the Nagaratar wedding. And it is prepared by master chefs who hail from a village called Nedungudi. Okay, so Nedungudi is a village which produces these chefs for us, and they keep making our dishes. They have perfected it so beautifully that you have to attend a Chettinad wedding to taste the food made by chefs of Nedungudi. And there's another misconception, that we are basically non-vegetarians. No, we are basically vegetarians. But because of our travels, we incorporated the fish and meat into our menus. And when I talk about travels, it's not only about the non-vegetarian food. So many dishes that were prevalent in the countries where we went and lived for our business, we also incorporated them into our menus. You have the pal paniyaram, the idiyappam, the appam, the adikul, the ade, all these what Chettiars tasted when they lived overseas. And we have incorporated that, and it's now nobody knows. We think that is Chettinad cuisine. It's become so much a part of Chettinad cuisine. And not only food, you have our palagarams, which are very popular. You have the kaimurukku, you have the seepuchila, the manaholam. I think you can even pick up a packet if it is there on your way home. And one more thing which I wanted to talk about concerning food was the ritual that we have in summer. We sun dry seasonal ingredients. We sun dry vegetables, we sun dry meat, we sun dry rice dough, make butters, just to ensure seasonal ingredients are available right through the year. So that is about food. So the last topic, clothing and jewelry. Chettinad clothing combines not only tradition but also practicality and comfort. So you find Chettias, you saw the Kittangi Chettias, that is their traditional costume at home. They wear that munda baniyan, we say, the sleeveless baniyan or the sleeved baniyan, the vest, and just a nalu veshti at home. Of course, on festive occasions, they wear the pattu veshti. Before they used to be bare body, like how you saw Balaji. But of course, later on, they started wearing the jibba and the angavastra over it. That is about the Chettias. The Archies, they always wore Kandangi saris. Have you heard about iconic Kandangi saris? These saris are made of coarse cotton, and why they are coarse is to make it very durable, to last long. They wear it right through the day, right? And these Kandangi saris come in very bright colors with contrasting borders, and checks and stripes are all-time favorites of the Archies. So much so that even when you go and buy a Kanjivaram silk, an Archie wants to go only for the stripe or checks. Kanjivaram saris are the natural choice for weddings, of course. Of course, they have been living in Kanjivaram, I told you, right, for a while. So there is a connect with Kanjivaram saris as well. Now, when we talk about jewelry, first I want to talk about the Gauri Sangam. The Gauri Sangam is a special neck piece. You must have already seen, but I want to talk a little about it, which men wear on special occasions. It has, as you can see, Rudraksha beads with gold links. There is a huge pendant, and on the pendant you can see Shiva uniting with Parvati on the Rishabha Vahana. So it is called Gauri Sangam. Sangam means a union of Shiva and Parvati. We want to show. So that is the Gauri Sangam. So these days also we do wear it. We wear it on the 60th birthday, the 80th birthday. Just for all of you to have a good view. The Mangal Sutra of the Nagaratars, a sacred ornament that is tied by the bridegroom onto the bride's neck to solemnize the wedding. It's a Tamil word. Kaduthu means neck. Uru means piece. So it's a neck piece. That is the meaning of Kaduthu. What makes a Kaduthu very distinct from a Mangalyam or Mangal Sutra is its macro size. It comprises of 31 gold pieces and sometimes weighs up to 200 sovereigns. There is a joke. Why does a Nagaratar bride look down all the time? Not because she's coy or shy. She cannot bear the weight of the jumbo kalthuru on her neck. These 31 pieces are the gift of the bride's father. Now you may ask me a very logical question. Why do you invest so much of gold on a piece which she can hardly wear. She wears it at the time of the wedding. Then on her husband's 60th birthday, 80th birthday, she may wear it. That's all, period. She doesn't wear it. Why? If you ask this question to a bride's father, you know what his answer would be? What concerns me is the financial security of my child. Which is the best form of investment? Gold. If I invest in coins or everyday jewelry, what is the assurance that her husband will not pledge them or sell them during times of distress? Instead, if I gift her a jewelry which is so connected to his well-being and his longevity, won't he think 1,000 times before he pledges it or sells it? So that is... Remember, for the past 50 years or so, but I'm told even for the past 100 years, they wear the Marwadi Sherwani and Chudi. There is a very interesting connect between the Marwadi community and the Nagarata community. Yes, you must be able to sense it. They share a business ethos. Their values, their priorities, their business, they are into money lending, their thrift, their philanthropy, so much in common. That is one part of it. Secondly, even for them to flourish as businessmen, Nagaratas have funded them, in a sense lent money to them, and they have become big out of this financial support. And that, so there is always a close connect, and this business association reflects in the cultural exchange as well. That is why we still wear the sherwani, the turban, and of course the chudi. Okay, so we'll have a look at a Nagarata bridegroom. So he's wearing a special neck piece called the magari, which is usually last 150 years. Heritage and culture, but words cannot capture the depth of our traditions. So I suggest, why not all of you visit Chettinad as a group? Yes. Done it? Okay, so you have done it, but once again, since we've got connected now, all of us invite you to Chettinad. We'll make it as memorable as possible, as entertaining as possible. I want all the archies to come and we extend this invitation. We'll be blessed if you all come. Thank you so much.
A fantastic morning. Thank you so much, Dr. Krishna, for taking us deep into the culture and the tradition of the Chettinad community. We learned so much today, and like you said, there's so much more to learn, but this is really fascinating. And I must tell you that we did go to Chettinad, many of us went to Chettinad 10 years ago, and I guess it's time again for us to visit you soon, right? Thank you so much for the invitation. And please be seated, ladies. I just need 5 minutes of your time. Please be seated. And I'd like to recognize the cast for this morning who worked tirelessly for the last few days. So can I just introduce the cast? Can I have the King Ramakrishnan, Ramki, to come to the stage and take a bow? The groom, Dinesh, and the professor, Langesh. Please come to the stage and take a bow. The coronation, Chettinad Babaji Reddy. And the Kitangi Chettias, Balachandra, Balakrishna, and Gautam. Then we have Akanaka Pillai, Mahesh, the Panchayat Chief, Sukumar, and our lovely archies for this morning, Alagu, Isagachi, Asanta, Valli, Jagruti, a goddess, the children, Nakul and Danyashri, the beautiful bride, Rishika, and more of our Hajis, Girija Shankar, Hema Shroff, Sri Devi, Anu Agarwal, and our very special screen girls, Anu Sachdev and Leena Reddy, please. You did a terrific job. And of course, our director for this tableau, Dr. Krishna Menon. Can we have on stage a big round of applause for Dr. Krishna for taking so much of trouble and giving us such a fantastic program today. Thank you so much, Dr. Krishna. And she was ably assisted by Padma Muthukumar. Yeah, she was, Padma Muthukumar is a resource person. So thank you so much, Padma. And of course, the children Lakshmi and Devi, can you come up to the stage and take a bow, please? Thank you so much. You were wonderful. It was delightful working with both of you, Lakshmi and Devi. Property, that's a word that I learned, because we always say props, but property, yeah. It's like a lot of work. And big thank you to Valli. Valli, come on, where are you? Thank you so much for coordinating all that and more. Fantastic. Last but not the least, I'd like to thank the Karaikudi staff and management of Karaikudi and Bhishma who helped. Is Bhishma here?
சர்வதேச மகளிர் தினம். அதில் மகளிரை பற்றி தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறது பலவிதமாக கொண்டாடிட்டு இருப்பாங்க. ஆனால் நம்ம ரூட்டட்னஸ், நம்ம பாரம்பரியத்தில் விமன் எப்படி இருந்தாங்கன்னு தெரிஞ்சு அதில் இருக்கிற நல்ல விஷயங்கள் ரொம்ப அழகான விஷயம். அந்த விதத்தில் செட்டியார் கம்யூனிட்டியில் ஆர்ச்சிஸ் எவ்வளோ ஸ்ட்ராங்கானவங்களாக இருந்திருக்காங்க, என்னெல்லாம் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க, அழகுணர்ச்சியோட, வணிக சென்சிபிலிட்டியோட அவங்க எப்படி குடும்பத்தை கெட்டி காப்பாற்றி கொண்டு போனாங்கன்னு ஒரு கம்யூனிட்டி வழியாக தெரியறதும் ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்துச்சு. அண்ட் கம்யூனிட்டிங்கிறது ஒரு டிவைட் பண்ணுற ஒரு விஷயமா மாத்திரம் இல்லாமல் அதுலேருந்து நல்லதை எடுத்து யாரும் ஏற்றத்தாழ்வு இல்லை. ஆனால் இந்த ஸ்பெஷாலிட்டி, இந்த ட்ரெடிஷனால ஒரு கம்யூனிட்டிக்கு வந்துருக்கலாம் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறது நல்லா இருந்தது. ஸோ அந்த விதத்தில் இதில் கிருஷ்ணா அவர்கள் ரொம்ப அழகாக டீட்டெயிலாக ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. அது அவங்க ஒரு ஹாஸ்யம் நிறைந்த பேச்சோட ரொம்ப எக்ஸ்பிரசிவாக இருந்துச்சு. அண்ட் இந்த கிளப்பில் இருக்கிற டச்சஸ் கிளப்பில் இருக்கிற மெம்பர்ஸ் எல்லாம் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணி கொஞ்சம் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஆம்பளைங்களும் செட்டியார் அம்மாவா அவங்களோட பல விஷயங்கள் ஆர்னமெண்ட்ஸை பற்றி ஒன்று பேசுறது தெரிஞ்ச விஷயங்களை இன்னும் அழகாக அந்த டெப்லோ மூலியமாக நமக்கு ஆழமாக பதிகிற மாதிரி பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. எங்கள் கிளப்பில் இருக்கிற வடநாட்டு மெம்பர்ஸ்க்கு இது ரொம்ப ஒரு அழகான விஷயமா புரிதல் நல்லா இருக்கும்.